Okay, so have you ever thought about, like, cloning yourself?
Cloning yourself?
Yeah, but not like in a weird sci-fi way.
Right.
More like, what if you had a digital version of you that could just be tackling all those tasks?
Right.
You don't want to, learning new skills, maybe even making some money on the side,
Sounds pretty good to me.
right? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today.
Oh, wow.
We're talking about AI humans.
AI
And
humans.
let me tell you, this is not like those basic chatbots everyone's used to.
It's definitely not just like a simple chatbot. This is something way more advanced.
Yeah, the stuff we're looking at today claims that these AI humans can actually listen and think.
They can react.
They can talk back to you in real time.
And they do it all so naturally, like they're basically mimicking human behavior. It's kind of freaky, actually.
It is a little freaky, but also pretty amazing.
Yeah, it really makes you wonder what's next.
Right. It's not just about giving program responses anymore. These AI humans can actually learn new things
On the fly.
on the fly.
Wow.
Like, imagine you could have an AI that's an expert in anything,
Anything.
like your own personal therapist
Mhm.
or a financial advisor, even a fitness coach.
The possibilities are kind of endless when you think about it.
It really is endless.
It's kind of like having a second brain,
That's what's so crazy about all of this.
like a digital extension of yourself that can constantly be learning and evolving.
Exactly. We're not just talking about automating simple tasks here.
Right.
We're talking about duplicating actual knowledge, skills, expertise.
So wild.
The source even talks about these AI humans being able to, like, absorb information from books, online courses,
Oh, wow.
even by just shadowing real people to learn what they do.
So they can learn by watching us.
By watching us. Yeah, it's wild.
That's incredible.
Imagine if you could download your own knowledge into one of these AI humans.
Oh, man.
Like, create a version of yourself that could just work 24/7.
You get so much done.
You would get so much done.
Never have to sleep again.
I mean, maybe you'd still want to sleep. But think about what that could mean for freelancers, entrepreneurs,
Busy professionals.
anyone who's just feeling overwhelmed.
You could offer AI-powered services, delegate tasks.
Multiply your productivity.
It's like having a whole team working for you.
But here's the thing that really blew my mind.
What's that?
These AI humans, they can speak any language.
Any language.
Fluently.
I mean, think about what that could do for global business.
Global business, customer service, instant translation.
It could break down so many barriers.
It's crazy.
It's really mind-blowing.
So we've got AI that can learn, like us, work for us, speak any language.
Right.
But the big question is, what can they actually do in the real world?
Good question.
Like, what are we talking about here?
Well, the source throws out a ton of examples.
Like what?
They say these AI humans can close sales, provide 24/7 customer support, host interactive live streams, conduct interviews,
Oh.
even deliver presentations and pitch to investors.
Wait, are we saying AI could potentially handle, like, those really human interaction heavy jobs?
It seems that way.
Like, better than humans themselves?
That's a bold claim.
It is a bold claim.
But it's not just theoretical. The source actually highlights some success stories.
Oh,
Like there's this user named Oliver who's renting out his AI creations for $19 an hour.
wow.
And another user, Emily, she's using her AI for affiliate marketing and getting insane results.
So this isn't just some futuristic fantasy.
Well-
People are actually making this work.
Right now.
That's incredible. But it also makes me wonder,
About what?
what happens to jobs if AI can do all of this? Are we all going to be out of work?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
It is.
The source does acknowledge that, yes, some jobs might be displaced.
Right.
But they also talk about adaptation.
Like, we'll have to adapt.
Exactly. They suggest a future where humans and AI work together.
So like a partnership.
Yeah, humans focusing on the uniquely human skills that AI can't quite replicate yet.
Okay, so maybe not a robot apocalypse, but definitely a huge shift in how we think about work. But let's be real. Everyone's thinking about the bottom line. Can these AI humans actually make you money?
That's what we all want to know, right?
Right.
Well, the source paints a very optimistic picture.
Okay.
They talk about all sorts of income-generating opportunities, offering AI-powered services, renting out AI humans, affiliate marketing.
So there are multiple ways to actually make money from this.
That's what they're saying.
And they claim it can be way more cost-effective than hiring actual employees.
Or subscribing to a bunch of different AI tools.
Okay, so lower costs and more revenue.
Sounds like a win-win.
It does sound pretty good.
But of course, there's always another side to the coin.
Right. There's got to be some downsides.
The source does touch on some ethical considerations.
Like that.
Questions about income inequality, who ultimately benefits from AI-generated wealth.
Yeah, that's a good point.
These are things we need to think about carefully.
For sure. This is a lot to wrap my head around.
It's a lot to take in.
Okay, so we've got the basic idea of what these AI humans are. They've created some potential applications.
Right.
But I want to know more about the nitty-gritty.
Let's dig deeper.
How are these things actually made?
Well, the source mentions templates and customization.
Templates, so it's like building a character in a video game.
Kind of.
You choose a personality,
Yep.
upload some data, and boom, you've got a fully functioning AI human.
It's presented as a surprisingly user-friendly process.
So no coding, no technical expertise needed.
That's what they say.
So you pick a template, like choosing a character,
Right.
and then you customize them.
Exactly. You teach your AI human by uploading content, letting it observe, you having it process information from books courses,
So you're essentially building their digital brain.
shaping their knowledge and skills.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
And what about this whole speaking any language thing? How does that even work?
The source is a bit vague on the technical details,
Okay.
but they emphasize the AI's ability to be fluent and accurate no matter the language.
So basically, AI is doing what Google Translate can barely manage.
It seems that way.
That's a game changer, if it's true.
It would be huge.
But we need to see it to believe it, right?
Absolutely. We need to be critical of these bold statements.
Okay, fair enough. But let's just assume for a second that it's all legit.
Okay.
This could change everything.
You really could.
But before we get too carried away,
We need to examine these claims carefully.
and consider the downsides too.
The potential risks, the ethical implications.
Right, because with any new technology, there's always a flip side.
Exactly.
Okay, so we have a basic understanding of what these AI humans are, how they're created.
And some of their potential applications.
But now I want to hear those success stories.
You want the juicy details?
Give me the juicy details.
Let's start with Oliver. He seems to have figured this whole AI entrepreneur thing out.
Wait, hold on a sec. I have so many questions.
Okay, shoot.
How many AI humans can you have?
Right?
Do they cost money to create? Is there a limit to what they can do?
Good question.
I need answers.
Well, the source suggests there's no limit on the number of AI humans you can create.
Really?
Yeah, they imply that you pay a one-time fee for the platform,
I know.
and then you can create as many AI humans as you want without extra costs.
Wait, really no monthly fees?
That's what they say.
So you could potentially build an entire AI workforce for the price of, what did they compare to, a pizza?
A pizza. That was their analogy.
A pizza. That's crazy.
It's a bold claim.
It is, but of course the true value is in how you actually use these AI humans.
Exactly. You got to put them to work.
Okay, so back to Oliver and his AI empire. What kind of AI humans did he create?
Well, the source highlights two in particular.
Okay.
One that conducts job interviews with, and I quote, never seen before professionalism,
Wow.
and the other is an AI sales closer.
So he's got an AI HR rep and an AI salesperson.
Basically, yeah, and he claims they can both work 247 handling tasks that would normally require multiple human employees.
Okay, so he's saving a ton of money on salaries.
That's the idea.
And here's the kicker. He rents these AI humans out to businesses.
For 19 bucks an hour each?
Hold on, 19 an hour per AI human, working 24/7.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
The source definitely makes it seem like a revolutionary way to generate passive income.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. What about Emily? What's her AI hustle all about?
Emily's story focuses on affiliate marketing.
Okay.
She created an AI human that hosts interactive live streams promoting affiliate products 24/7.
Wait, the AI is actually doing live streams engaging with a real audience in real time.
That's the claim.
And it's working.
Apparently, yeah, the source says that Emily's AI human closes 8 out of every 10 potential customers.
An 80% conversion rate. That's
That's
insane.
a pretty impressive statistic.
Most marketers would kill for numbers like
For
that.
sure.
But of course, we got to be a little skeptical, right?
Always a good idea.
But even if it's half as effective as they claim, it's still amazing.
Definitely impressive.
So are those the only success stories they talk about?
Oh, no, not at all. The source mentions others using AI humans for all sorts of things.
Like what?
Virtual assistants on freelance platforms, handling presentations, investor pitches, even creating content for blogs and social media.
It sounds like AI can be applied to almost anything.
That's the impression they give.
My mind is officially blown.
It's a lot to take in.
It really feels like the future is happening right now.
Yeah, it does feel that way.
But before we get too carried away with all the potential benefits,
Right.
let's talk about the potential downsides.
The risks, the ethical concerns.
The source does hint at some of those things.
Yeah, they mention the potential for income inequality.
Right. If AI is generating all this wealth, who actually benefits.
Exactly. Does it go to the platform creators, the AI owners, or is there a way to ensure a more equitable distribution?
And what about the people whose jobs are replaced by AI? What happens to them?
These are big questions that we need to address as a society.
Definitely not easy answers.
No, but the source does acknowledge the need for adaptation.
Like, we'll have to learn new skills, find new roles.
Exactly. Maybe focus on things that AI can't replicate.
Like creativity, emotional intelligence, complex problem solving.
Those are all uniquely human skills.
This is heavy stuff.
It is.
It's exciting, but also a little unsettling.
It's understandable to feel both.
Yeah, this is a major technological shift.
It's going to impact all of us.
Okay, deep breaths, everyone. We've covered a lot of ground in this first part of our deep dive.
We have.
We've learned about AI humans, how they're created some of their potential applications.
And we've started to talk about the ethical and economic implications.
But there's still so much more to explore.
Oh yeah, we've only just scratched the surface.
Stay tuned, listeners, because in part 2, we'll be taking a closer look at the potential pitfalls.
The ethical dilemmas?
The darker side of this seemingly utopian vision.
It's going to get interesting.
Don't go anywhere.
So we were talking about AI, humans, and all the amazing things they can do.
On the potential, yeah.
But I think it's time we kind of take a step back and ask some harder questions, you know?
Right. It's all very impressive, but I keep coming back to this feeling like, is this too good to be true?
It's healthy to have some skepticism.
Yeah. Are there red flags we're missing? Are we getting caught up in the hype?
That's the critical thinking we need, right? Anytime something promises to solve all our problems, make us tons of money effortlessly.
It makes you wonder.
Exactly. So let's put on our skeptical hats for a minute. What are the potential red flags in this material?
Okay, yeah. What makes you raise an eyebrow?
Well, for starters, the language is very over the top, lots of big promises, testimonials that sound almost too perfect.
Yeah, it's giving me some serious infomercial vibes.
Right. It's like, but wait, there's more.
Exactly.
Enthusiasm is great, but we need to separate the hype from reality.
Totally.
Yeah.
So maybe they're exaggerating a little to sell their product. But what about the tech itself? Are there any claims that seem particularly far-fetched?
The language fluency is one that stands out to me.
Right, they're saying these AI humans can speak any language perfectly?
Yeah, while AI has made huge strides in translation, achieving native-level fluency across that many languages is still a massive challenge.
It's one thing to translate text, but to really understand the nuances of a language, the humor, the cultural context.
That's a whole other level.
Yeah, so maybe the AI can order a coffee in Mandarin.
Maybe.
But can it tell a joke?
That's the real test.
Okay, so the language thing might be a bit of a stretch. What else?
The ease with which these AI humans are supposedly created is another area that makes me wonder.
Right, they make it sound like anyone can just whip up an AI human in minutes.
Yeah, 3 simple steps: log in, create, profit. It all seems a little too simple.
Almost too good to be true.
Building sophisticated AI that can learn, adapt, interact like a human, that's a monumental task. It's got to be more complicated than they're letting on.
So you're thinking there might be hidden costs, complexities, limitations they're not mentioning?
It's definitely possible. The source focuses heavily on the positive stuff, the ease of use, the potential for profit. But what about the infrastructure, the training data, the ongoing maintenance required to keep these AI humans running smoothly?
It's like they're selling us the dream car, but forgetting to mention the gas insurance and repairs.
Exactly. That's why it's so important to do your research. Ask tough questions. Don't just buy into the hype.
Okay, skepticism is key, but let's play optimistic for a moment and assume this technology as amazing as they claim, even then, we still need to consider the ethical side, right?
Absolutely. We've talked about job displacement, but there are other more nuanced concerns.
Like what?
What about authenticity? If AI can mimic human behavior so convincingly, what does that mean for trust and transparency?
Whoa, you're getting deep.
Think about it. How do we know if we're interacting with a real person or an AI?
That's a good question. It kind of makes you question what it even means to be human.
Exactly. And then there's the potential for misuse. AI, humans could be used to spread misinformation, manipulate people, create deepfakes. It's not hard to imagine these capabilities being used for bad things.
Okay, yeah. That's a darker side I hadn't fully considered. Suddenly, those friendly AI sales assistants seem a lot less charming.
It's a valid concern,
Yeah.
but it's not all doom and gloom. There are potential benefits too, especially if this technology is developed responsibly.
Okay, give me some hope here.
Imagine AI humans providing 24/7 customer service, handling those repetitive tasks. We all hate freeing up humans to focus on more creative and fulfilling work.
Okay, yeah, that's a much more positive spin.
Yeah,
It's not about AI replacing us, but augmenting our abilities.
exactly. AI could handle the data-driven tasks while humans focus on problem-solving, critical thinking, emotional intelligence. Things AI hasn't quite mastered yet.
So it's all about finding that balance, harnessing the power of AI without losing sight of what makes us human.
Precisely. And that's why these conversations are so important. We need to be informed, critical, and actively engaged in shaping the future of AI.
I love that. Okay, before we go any further, I want to circle back to something we haven't really discussed, the actual user experience. The source talks about creating these AI humans, but how do you actually interact with them? Is it like talking to Siri or Alexa?
That's a great question. They mention both text and voice commands, so you can either type instructions or speak directly to your AI human.
Okay, so it's kind of like a chatbot, but way more advanced.
Yeah.
What about visuals? Do these AI humans have faces, bodies, expressions?
The source really emphasizes the lifelike appearance of these AI humans. They use terms like jaw-dropping 4K resolution and flawless lip sync.
So they're not just voices, they're actual digital representations of people.
That's the impression they give. They even talk about users being able to create AI humans that look like themselves or anyone else.
Hold on. So I could potentially create an AI version of myself that looks and sounds just like me.
It seems that way. They even have a feature called real-time mimicry, where the AI human can supposedly copy your unique communication style and personality.
Okay, that's officially entering Uncanny Valley territory. It's like creating a digital clone.
It definitely blurs the lines between reality and the virtual world, and it brings up a whole new set of ethical and philosophical questions.
Right. What happens if my AI clone starts saying things I don't agree with? Who's responsible for its actions?
Yeah, it gets complicated. But for now, let's stick with the practical side. The source mentions that you can embed these AI humans on websites, online stores, social media.
So they can actually be integrated into our online world. It's
Yeah.
not just some separate AI realm.
Exactly. They envision these AI humans becoming a normal part of our online interactions, providing customer support, answering questions, even closing sales.
So we're talking about a potential paradigm shift in how we do business online. No more clunky chatbots, but actual AI-powered humans.
That's the idea. And while it sounds amazing, we need to approach it with caution and critical thinking as always.
Absolutely. No matter how impressive the tech gets, there are always deeper implications to consider.
Exactly. And that's why these conversations are so crucial. We need to explore both the exciting possibilities and the potential pitfalls of AI.
Okay, we've talked about the capabilities, the hype, the ethical concerns, but there's one big elephant in the room we haven't fully addressed.
What's that?
Money.
Ah, yes. The money question. The source makes a lot of promises about generating income with AI humans, but we need to break that down.
Let's talk money. The source mentions multiple ways to monetize these AI humans. What are some of the most common approaches?
Well, they talk a lot about offering AI-powered services on freelance platforms.
Okay, so instead of offering your own skills, you're offering AI skills.
Exactly. The idea is that instead of offering writing or graphic design, you could offer AI-powered customer support, lead generation, maybe even content creation.
So instead of you doing the work,
Hmm.
your AI human does it and you collect the profits.
That's the pitch. They're saying you can leverage AI to provide services that are faster, more efficient, and potentially cheaper than traditional human-powered services.
I can see the appeal there. What other money-making methods do they mention?
They talk about renting out AI humans to businesses, just like Oliver is doing.
So providing companies with AI employees.
Exactly. AI employees that can handle specific tasks, work 24/7, and reduce labor costs.
It's like AI as a service, but instead of software, you're providing AI humans.
Right. AI humans that can interact with customers and employees, and the source claims that businesses are willing to pay a premium for these AI-powered workers, especially if they can perform tasks really well.
Makes sense. From a business perspective, it sounds like a dream come true. AI doesn't need sleep, doesn't take breaks, doesn't ask for a raise.
They definitely play up that angle. They also talk a lot about affiliate marketing as a way to use AI humans.
Right, we talked about Emily and her AI promoting products on live streams, but how exactly does that work?
So you train your AI human on a specific product or niche,
Okay.
and then have it engage with potential customers through live streams, social media posts, maybe even emails.
So your AI is basically your marketing team working 24/7 to promote those affiliate products and hopefully generating passive income for you.
That's the simplified version. And the source suggests AI can be really effective at affiliate marketing because it can analyze data, personalize messages, and adapt its approach based on feedback.
It's like having a superpowered marketing assistant that never sleeps.
That's the idea. But as with everything else, we need to be realistic about the potential results.
Yeah.
While AI can be a great tool for affiliate marketing, it's not magic. It still takes planning, strategy, and optimization.
Right. It's not like you just set it and forget it.
Exactly. It's not that simple. But the source material definitely tries to create that impression.
Okay, so let's say AI humans can generate income through these methods. What are some downsides or risks we need to think about?
Well, one obvious concern is market saturation. If everyone starts creating AI humans to offer services, rent them out, and promote products, the competition will get intense.
Right. It's like any gold rush. The early birds might do well, but eventually the market gets flooded.
Exactly. Another concern is the potential for ethical violations. AI humans could be used to deceive customers, manipulate markets, even do illegal things.
So regulation oversight are going to be really important.
Absolutely. We need ways to ensure that AI is being used ethically. And then there's the challenge of AI becoming too advanced, too autonomous.
Okay, now we're getting into sci-fi territory.
Maybe. But it's important to acknowledge the potential risks of any powerful technology. We need to be mindful of the consequences and develop AI with safeguards in mind.
Right. We don't want to create a future where AI is calling the shots.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important to have these conversations to explore both the good and the bad, and to make sure we're developing this technology responsibly.
Well said. So we've covered the benefits, the risks, the ethical dilemmas. Where do we go from here? What's the next layer of this deep dive? Okay, so we're back, and honestly, I'm still trying to wrap my head around all this AI human stuff. It's exciting. It's a little scary. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot to process.
I think the biggest takeaway for me is this is not just another tech trend.
Right. It's
This
unavoidable.
is like a potential paradigm shift.
It really could change everything,
Even if the source material is exaggerating some things to sell their product,
which they probably are.
the underlying message is clear. AI is getting more advanced, more human-like, and it's going to impact all of us.
And it's interesting how they frame it not as a threat, but as a tool for empowerment.
Right, they talk about financial freedom, breaking free from the 9-to-5 grind, creating a world where anyone can be their own boss.
It's a very appealing message.
It is appealing, but it's also where we need to be extra careful.
Exactly. AI can create opportunities, but it can also be misused.
Right, imagine someone using an AI human to run a scam or spread misinformation or manipulate people on a huge scale.
It's a powerful tool that can be used for good or bad.
Which brings us back to responsibility.
Responsibility.
Whether you're creating AI using it or just trying to understand it, we all have a role to play in shaping this future.
And part of that responsibility is being informed.
Informed.
Don't just accept the marketing hype or the scary headlines. Dig deeper, ask questions, and have thoughtful conversations about the implications of AI.
And that's exactly what we're trying to do here on the deep dive.
Yeah.
We want to give you the information, the context, and hopefully spark some critical thinking.
We need to be having these conversations.
We do. So to wrap things up, what's the one key message you want our listeners to take away from this deep dive into AI humans?
For me, it's this: don't be afraid to explore the potential of AI, but do it with your eyes wide open.
Eyes wide open.
Be curious, be critical, and most importantly, be engaged in shaping the future you want to see.
I love that. And as always, we encourage you to continue the conversation, share your thoughts, your concerns, your hopes for the future of AI.
This isn't just a tech issue, it's a human issue.
It is. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the fascinating, complex, and rapidly evolving world of AI humans.
Until next time.
Stay curious.